Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hardcore Heroes Auditions. For those of you that don't know what's going on, these are the additions for Hardcore Heroes, the upcoming second edition D&D show that is going to be unbearably brutal to the players. I've mentioned this a few times before, but it's going to be nasty. If a character dies, the character is just dead. Like if they hit 0 HP, they're gone off the show. Player's gone off the show, and then we're down to cast of 3, etc. We're going to use other wonderfully brutal rules. None of the expanded rules. None of the cool critical hit systems. None of the cool super fancy weapon specializations from subsequent books. We're sticking to the player's handbook, monstrous manual, and DMG with none of the optional stuff out of them. It's going to be mean, brutal, and nasty. In the meantime, we are doing these auditions, and here we have Jan. Jan, would you like to introduce yourself for a moment?
Well, there's not much to be introduced about. My name is Jan. On internet, I mostly go by either by Adralac or Thieges. Been playing tabletop games since like January or something. When I got introduced to Roll20, I started playing 2E about 3 to 4 months ago.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we're having some slight technical difficulties, and so the roles are actually going to be done in Twitch chat through Neilbot, and I will just post them in Roll20 so you can see them on the fancy overlay and everything. So let's roll a character. I guess you can just use the roll for character command, or you can roll 6-sided dice, however you want to do it.
Wow. Really?
3, 13, 11, 15, 8, 13, 9.
Well,
Wow.
this is a wizard.
Wow.
Well, great. Perfect.
So those are the stats. Those are lovely stats. You can rearrange them if you so desire, if you'd rather, or you can keep them in that order, however you want.
It's fine.
Wow, this will be fun.
Wow, I can actually only carry my clothes. Weight allow 5 pounds. Max press 10.
Wow.
Alright, let's do this. 5, 10.
-3 to hit, -1 to damage.
At least I've got good ends, so I can be a wizard.
Yes. Yes.
Nothing. System shock.
Let's lower this. So, what are you? Walk us through what you're doing as you do it.
So right now I've just filled in my stats. Generally, what I like to do is to go by the book's order of things. Unless I'm on Roll20, because the sheet is poorly arranged in my opinion, so I do it in the order of the sheet.
Yeah, the Roll20 sheets aren't always. They're getting better. They're getting much better, but they're not there yet.
Yeah. Are we gonna go by racial requirements? Okay. So. Okay, so I am going to be an elf.
Dex. That puts your dex at 14 and your con at 10.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm probably gonna say I've got like some chronicle disease. That is something only elves have. Just 3
Ah,
strength.
some sort of strength sapping elf disease.
Yeah. As for age, maybe he's kind of old, and that's why.
Just a really old elf.
Would we go with aging effects or?
Yeah, but you're gonna have to be super old, which is legit. And also bring your strength down to
Yeah.
2, which is weight allow 1, max press 5. So if you don't have any backup gear, and you just have like some loose clothes on, and your spell
Not even
book,
that.
you could like shuffle through town.
I could barely hold a spell book. Come on. I think I'm gonna keep my strength at 3, and I'm gonna say I'm like 165.
Maybe you don't have a spell book. Maybe you've just got like a couple of scrolls that you read.
Yeah, it's possible. Size 5'2". I'll play male. Should I roll for the secondary scale?
Yeah, give me a D100.
Can I change it if I get like farmer or armorer or
You
anything
you
strength
can
related?
that would make sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless you can find a really good way to work that into your story.
Yeah.
All right, what did you roll? An 8?
8. Farmer. Um. Well, actually, he could be the dude that like supervises everything in the farm.
Yeah?
Like not the one who works there, but the one who tells everybody like
You
where to
could
put the
be
grain, how to arrange it.
you could be the overseer or the foreman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got good intelligence and relatively good charisma, so
Mm-hmm.
so well. Now maybe the best, worst part, equipment.
Yeah. Buy some gear. I don't suspect you'll be buying a lot of it.
Oh, yeah, right. Forgot. Choose to roll 20. Doesn't do additions. Alright, 3, so 40 gold. So, I don't actually have much to buy because I can't afford to carry much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I could get. Could I get an animal to carry my stuff?
Yeah. You could get an animal to haul your stuff.
Alright, I'll go for a donkey.
Okay.
So, put it, I guess, in mount/pet.
Yep. Yep.
Donkey. Well. Do you want to give me the stats or should I look up the monsters manual?
A donkey, I think I will look them up for you.
Okay.
That's pretty simple. I guess it's under
Oh,
horse.
yeah. Actually, I realized which day it is today.
What day is today?
November 5th. And
Should I know what November 5th is?
the gunpowder
Oh,
treason.
yes. Remember the 5th of November. I
Yeah.
completely forgot. As someone who's not from the UK, we only hear of it through film and TV. A donkey has 3 hit dice. Very
Well,
nice.
pretty good. Donkey's gonna be taking the hits.
Yeah,
19 HP, pretty good.
nice.
And he's got AC what?
AC 13,
Movement should be 12 or 6.
12.
Alright. So, guess pack saddles. Probably just one. I guess we'll mix it up, large and small, saddlebag. Then, that's steel. Um, well, buying a rope would be no use because I couldn't even max press it.
I think, yeah, that would be. You'd have to like leave the rope on the donkey while you tie it off to one thing or to other things.
Yeah,
You know.
my water skin is probably on the donkey at all times
Mm-hmm.
because it's relatively pretty heavy compared to my weight allow.
Yeah.
So the spellbook is 5 pounds.
5 pounds, and you get it for free.
All right. That's probably the only thing I carry on me with my clothes.
All right, so that means you are slightly encumbered because your clothes weigh. If you keep all your other changes of clothes on the donkey and just wear light robes or something, your clothes will weigh a pound or
Are you
two, and then your book
actually gonna
is.
go by encumbrance?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought we wouldn't because it's an optional rule technically.
Yeah, we'll probably not go buy it for the actual game. For now,
Okay.
we're just in this weird halfway state.
I guess I'll just wear some sort of toga.
Okay, a light toga.
Yeah, light toga.
So you'll
Like,
be
how much should we say?
a pound. You
Yeah,
know,
a
some
pound.
thin sheets over you.
It's probably a little bit ornate, like finely crafted in
Mm-hmm.
the elven way. So I'll fork up 2 gold for it.
Okay. Very nice.
Uh, yes, my three is my strength.
It's lovely. It's beautiful.
Yes, it's perfect. Uh, let's go and get a winter blanket. Always useful. Um, Weapons. I should probably limit what I'm getting for weapon. I probably don't even have a weapon.
Maybe not. What do you think?
Like, I'm thinking of this character, and I see no reason for him to have a weapon. Like, he's got 3 strength, he's a wizard, so if he gets into trouble, he uses his spells, but he probably doesn't get often into trouble, since he's got 13 charisma.
Mm-hmm. Not to
And, like,
mention,
people see him as very, very weak, so...
not to mention with 3 strength, you get a penalty of 3 to hit, so you...
Yes. So it wouldn't really matter whether I have a weapon or not.
Not...
So yeah, I'm not gonna go with a weapon. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for my equipment. Wizards don't have a lot to buy. Oh, yeah, right. I'll get rations. Rations week is 3 gold. I'll get 2 weeks worth. How much should I say for rations?
3 gold for a week, and they weigh like... If they're... They weigh like 6 or 7 pounds.
A week?
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, okay. Had an idea. I'm gonna get 2 pots of honey. Yeah, and then I should probably roll for spells to see what spell components I'm gonna be needing.
Sure. Are you a specialist wizard? I don't think you have the stats for a specialist
No,
wizard.
I can't be a
Cool.
specialist.
So then go ahead and pick whatever first level spells you'd like and roll for them.
Let's start with the best one. Hopefully cantrip. 55 should be under. Yes, I get cantrip. The best.
Nice.
Then color spray is a fun one. Okay, so I need to wait a little bit. Well, Ray Ragnarok, I can't. Well, I could get a bag of flour, but I don't have. Then I would also have to have some way to light a fire from a distance and then toss it on the bag of flour. So that's the only way I can see flour being useful. Nah, sleep is boring. Like, seriously. It's so unfair from the players to pick sleep as a spell. Because, like, the GM is never going to use sleep against you. Like, unless he really wants to kill you. Or it's a party of all elves. Which I often have, so I throw sleep every now and then. So color spray.
Maybe I should start including more enemy wizards in my parties.
Okay, okay, I know which spell is my next spell.
What spell is it?
Enlarge.
Did you get it?
Didn't roll for some reason.
Oh, yeah, there's sometimes a delay or a timer on that.
Yeah.
Try again.
Oh, yeah, I need to wait a little bit before
Okay.
I can roll again. Let's see what chat has to say. Feel free, chat. We got some time.
One minute cooldown between rolls. Oh my god, it's gonna take forever. I could roll for him, but that's kind of sketchy. I mean, I know it's
Yeah.
clearly randomized and everything, but that's kind of sketchy. I think you bring on bad luck when you start accepting roles from other people on your behest. It never goes well.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be having a lot of invisible people. Plus, I would always have to have my donkey next to me because I couldn't carry the bag of flour.
Someone really wants you to have a bag of flour.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I mean, I think of the mundane items, I think chalk is better than flour. You can write things with chalk. You
Yeah,
can make markings
probably.
with chalk. One, ooh, that is a success.
Yeah. Go enlarge.
Okay, you should probably just start with read magic as well. You know, it's kind of hard to read spell books if
Yeah.
you can't read magic.
Well, I mean, you could go with something akin to the bard. Like the bard doesn't need to read magic.
They don't get read magic. I still think they need it for certain
No.
things.
No.
No?
The book explicitly says like bards don't need read magic to to prepare their spells and whatever, because they're not written in a magical language.
Since bards are dabblers rather than full-time wizards, their spells tend to be gained by serendipity and happenstance. In no case can a bard choose to specialize in school of magic. Beginning bards do not have a selection of spells. They take the chosen realm. The bard is not guaranteed to know read magic, as this is not needed to read the writings in his spell book. The bard can add new spells to his spell book as he finds them, but does not automatically gain spells as he advances in level. That is an interesting interpretation of that line. I've said this 1,000
Oh,
times, I'll say it again. I love that second edition allows for a lot of interpretations of the rules for different styles of play based on how you want to think
yeah,
about things. It's
yeah.
arguing what these vague sentences means is one of the
Oh,
joys of second edition.
okay. We'll go with the opposite spell of my strength. Let's get it. Yes, Fist of Stone. Strength goes from 3 to 18/100. It's probably he probably picked up that spell because he has a complex about his strength.
Okay.
Actually, can bards have 3 strength? I think so.
Bards? Yeah. They don't
Yeah.
have a strength
Yeah, it's
requirement.
not- yeah. Well, I'm just missing 2 charisma. I could be a 3 strength bard. Or
Okay, are there any other spells you want to grab?
yeah, I was gonna go for friends, and I was probably gonna go for grease and mount.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Got
Because rolling chat is super long, so
yeah. Let's see.
Alright, friends. I don't think so, Yummy Duck Snatcher. I think enlarges the entire creature. The spell causes instant growth of a creature or object, increasing both size and weight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whole thing, not just subsections. Although that would be interesting if you could enlarge someone's heart inside their body. Make it explode.
Well, I think you would have to see the heart directly, so...
Well then, when someone's talking, you could enlarge their tongue if you get a clear look of it. Just make it very
Yeah.
awkward for them to breathe and talk.
Yeah.
You could enlarge their eyeballs. Maybe try and pop them in the head. You could enlarge like just the forearm to make it fall out of the ball socket, or just the leg to make the shin to make the leg fall out of its socket.
Oh, missed grease.
Missed grease.
Actually, I'm probably gonna try Phantasmal Force after Mount.
Okay.
Probably useful. He's more of an entertaining wizard than a combat wizard.
Makes sense with the 3 strength.
Or, yeah, he was also a farmer, kind of overseeing everything.
Ooh, someone had a great idea. I'm just gonna temporarily mod you, and then you should be able to roll as many times as you'd like. Knock yourself out.
Alright.
Unless that's a lie, and mods don't have that power. I think we might have been lied to by Legzor. I think Legzor lied to us.
That's a nice idea, Spike Mall.
Enlarging their egos.
No, I would probably enlarge their id.
Do it again. Do it again. Maybe it didn't kick in for Neilbot. Maybe it's a little bit slow and stupid.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
57.
Is that a...
Yeah, it's a pass.
Cool.
I've got 65%.
What was
So I
the
get
spell you were learning there?
Mount. And then...
Don't you already have a donkey?
Yeah, but if I need a horse.
Oh, okay.
Or if my donkey is not here for some reason. Because I can't take it anywhere. Everywhere. Oh.
What? What are these shenanigans? Does Neilbot have a different way of defining mods? Try it. Spam that shit.
That's possible.
Don't think there's nothing sub-based about Neilbot. It only detects mods and non-mods. Or it's supposed to.
Oh, Lexor, I think someone cast Enlarge on your ego. No? Oh, yeah. Alright, Phantasmal Force. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can get 3 more. If this D100 goes, I'll be for like... for Spook. No.
It accepts every other roll. That's fine.
Well, yeah, whatever. I guess I'll keep it as is for now. It's fine. Don't need any more spells anyways.
Okay.
So I think I am done actually. Oh, no. I'm not done. Still need the most important part. Name and all that fun stuff. Oh, and saving throws. Let's see. Big money. 3 HP.
Nice.
Alright.
So weak you can barely pick up a cat.
Yeah, basically.
Oh god.
I love how the encumbrance for 3 strength is like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
Yep. So what am I carrying on me? I'm probably carrying my spellbook, and my clothes, and yeah.
Do you have any spell components that you need?
Oh yeah, right, spell components. Totally forgot about those. Oh no. No, it's gonna add some weight. No. For the colored sand, I need for color spray.
That you don't have
How
to
much
worry about the
was it?
weight of that. It's a small amount of sand, so you can have it tucked into little
Yes.
pockets here and there.
Still, I need a belt pouch now, which is 1 pound. All right. So I've got colored sand, red, blue, and yellow. Yeah. It's probably worth like a gold. Powdered iron.
Again, you don't need a lot of it, so ignore the weight.
Yeah. All right. Ray Ragnarok, I am actually going to get flour. Because I need it for friends. It's either flour or chalk. But I'm gonna go for flour because you asked. So I need flour, suit, and vermilion. I'm pretty sure vermilion would cost something.
Yes.
So how much should we say?
Oh god. How much vermilion do you need?
I don't need a lot. It's just for friends.
What amount does it say in the spell description?
It says apply to the face before casting the spell. It doesn't say anything, so I'm assuming like you just take a bit and then you put it on your face.
Sure. It is somewhat exotic, so 4 silver per casting.
All right. So I'll take 2 castings. Well, how much for the bribe to get someone's horse's hair.
You can get some horsehair for free.
Okay.
All you gotta do is ask a stable boy.
I'm not going to pick up on that.
On the horsehair?
Yes, it's disgusting, Neil. All you have to do is ask a stable boy.
Yeah, just be like, hey, do you have some extra horsehair lying around? And then they go over to the brush where they brush the horse, and there's probably some hair stuck in it. Or I guess you could sneak up to a horse and try and pluck some hairs
Yeah.
out of it, or something like that.
So I speak Common, Elven. What type of races are elves close to? Dwarves?
No, humans are the most common race. Elves. Yeah, there's not a lot of dwarves near the elven area. The elves kind of tend to keep to themselves.
Yeah. Um.
They live a very different lifestyle.
Um. Is Sylvan a thing?
Yeah, just elven. I wouldn't.
There's like language for centaurs and other.
No, centaurs will have their own language, and other subraces will all have their own racial languages.
Okay. Um. I don't see how he would have picked up any other language except for Common and Elven. Maybe he knows some sort of dialect of Elven. And well, he's traveled a bunch, so he probably knows like the less savory sort of common. Well, not in the illegal sense, but like, argot.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. As for his name, I'm gonna call him Drasselin.
Juracelin?
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't ask me where that comes from.
I figured it was just Raceland and Jurassic Park, but that's where my mind goes.
Okay. Yeah, no, it was the first thing that came to my mind. Oh, he's totally bald, trying to be badass and all. And he's got light hazel eyes. Appearance, the skinniest. Actually, I should probably reduce the size a little bit. I'll make him like 4'7".
He's a short one.
Yeah. Smallest elf you've ever seen.
Nice.
Looks pathetic, but oh, did I roll for it? Okay. Looks pathetic and sort of ugly.
Pathetic and ugly.
Yeah, he's got 8 hotness. So
Oh.
yeah, I should probably roll for Grok scale. You're right. Let's see. 11. All right.
All right. All right. That's average.
Yeah. Yeah. He's probably like 80 pounds then.
4'7".
Alignment.
He might even be a little bit lighter. 4'7" is not very tall, and
Yeah.
he does not have a lot of muscle mass.
Let's go for 65.
Okay. Do you have a name for this strange elven disease that he's got?
Um. I don't, but oh, I'm going to call it Sisyphus.
Ah, that's not a fun disease.
Yes, I know. I've got the myth of Sisyphus right next to me, so
Uh, have you been reading it lately?
yeah, I've read it some time ago, and I reread it. Camus is a pretty interesting fellow. Also, it's kind of ironic to call it Sisyphus, because Sisyphus has to push the bloody rock.
Right, but he never gets it to the top. So he just wastes away.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't waste it, according to Camus. It's what makes him happy. Quite the contrary.
Pushing the rock makes him happy?
Yeah. You didn't read The Myth of Sisyphus by Albert Camus?
It's been like 10 or years since I've read any of the Greek classics. I
Well,
remember him.
it's not a Greek classic. It's a French classic. Here.
Sisyphus? The guy that pushes the rock up the hill?
I'm talking about this.
What? No, the myth of Sisyphus.
It's not actually like the myth. It's an essay on it. Basically, in it, Camus says like, you need to imagine Sisyphus as being happy, and like there's only one thing worth talking about, and it's whether life is worth living. Pretty philosophical, and it's pretty interesting.
Interesting. Alright, so what else do we need for your character?
Alignment is going to be chaotic neutral. He's going to be like this guy who just gets pissed at whoever mocks him for his low strength. So what is he carrying? He's carrying 7 pounds, so that is medium encumbrance. I think I get combat penalties for that, right?
Yes. At medium encumbrance, you get -1 to hit.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be using a weapon anyways.
Yeah.
Chaotic neutral physically named farmer. Nice. Alright. I think we can start then.
Cool. So, tell me a little bit about your backstory.
So, Drasselin is an elf who was raised in the traditional elven way. He was helped by his parents were like the farmers in the village, and he helped them anytime he could. But they also wanted him to make him a wizard. So like he worked in the fields like for the morning part, and then the afternoon part, which is where it gets hotter, he was working out, studying. And then after some time studying his magic, the elder of the village started taking a liking to him and started like teaching him a few spells, which is where he picked up most of his spells that are not Fist of Stone or Enlarge. And um, he had such a great magical potential
Mm-hmm.
that he attracted the disease called Sisyphus, which completely ate his muscle mass, and he could not get it back. He worked out for days and days, and he simply could not get it back. And so, since he was still kind of a farmer, uh, and his parents wanted him to help them in the fields, he kind of oversaw their operation, like telling them like what they should do. He'd gotten like some pretty good advice from the elder. But then because of his disease, people started making fun of him, especially like the few rare travelers that went through. And so he decided that this place was not for him anymore, and that he should find a cure.
Okay. All right. So, where is he now?
Um, Wait, should I take out the solemn map?
No, it doesn't have to be anywhere on a map in particular. Just where has he gone? We don't need a specific name place, but
Yeah.
where's he gone off to?
He's traveled for a long while,
Mm-hmm.
and he's arrived in a city that is known for like its clerics of, I guess Martha would be the most appropriate goddess for this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, who have access to higher level healing spells that could help him in healing his disease. In the meantime, he's picked up a couple new spells, Fist of Stone and Enlarge, and he bought himself a donkey to compensate for his disease.
Okay. So you're in a rather large city with access to powerful magics, looking for a cure.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are in Emberstone, one of the sacred cities of the world. You've been here maybe a week or so. You've gone to the major temples in town, and the major temples to Martha all say the same thing. We're so sorry. This disease is incurable. There's no known way of dealing with it. You know, we estimate you only have a few years left to live.
Well, anytime they would say this, I was probably pretty pissed. Called them imposters. Called them um, charlatans.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Saying they weren't real clerics and that the real clerics of Martha could heal anything, as Martha creates life and thus repairs it as well.
You're
A
met
bit
with
like,
a lot of sympathetic, like, oh, he's in denial. Poor man, poor man. People are they let you be angry at them, and they're very kind, and they just like turn the other cheek. Um, and one day, after meeting with the last cleric that you had on your list of people that might be able to help you, you're leaving his building, you know, sad, when you were approached by a man. He's kind of a fairly ordinary person. He's got long gray robes on. He looks like a member of some sort of monk order, perhaps. And he approaches you and says, "Are you You must be the elf that's contracted Sisyphus, aren't you?
I am. What do you want?
I have heard. Well, we've heard of you around town. Well, a person with a condition such as yours is easy to notice and gets talked about. My apologies for the gossip. My order desires to learn more about the ways of the world. We are monks of Dwarbath and Guam. Well, I'm with the Dwarbath column of monks there. There are a great many things to learn about the world, about people and races and disease, and most importantly, would you be willing to work with us on inspecting and cataloging this disease? I don't want to give you false hope, but we have some ideas about how it might be cured, some rather alternative, unorthodox methods or ideas. You would know that Dorbath is the god of knowledge.
I'm interested. Keep talking.
Well, why don't we talk somewhere a little more cozy? This is. He looks around. You guys are in a big, like, a main street. This is maybe not the place to talk about such things. Our monastery is just down the block a little ways.
Right. I'm following.
Okay. He takes you to this monk monastery. It's very obviously a monastery. It's got the trappings outside. There's people coming in making offerings. You see a lot of brothers and sisters walking around in robes. There's a large library kind of surrounding the entire, like all the walls. The inside of the outer walls are all bookshelves. So there's books everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. And lots of tables and soft cushions for people to sit and read and meditate. And there's a little water fountain in the middle with some nice, tranquil music being played. He leads you past all of this stuff, kind of off to the side and down a flight of stairs, and so you're underground. You were brought to this different room. It too has books and desks and chairs and fine pillows, but it also has an altar, a stone altar with arcane inscriptions on it. It's not the sort of altar you'd expect to find in your typical monastery. He leads you here, motions for you to sit in a chair across from him, and says, "We have recently come to learn that Martha, the goddess, the mother of us all, is great for creation, but she also creates these diseases, and whether it's beyond her ability to repair or out of her, the spirit of her to destroy these diseases, she seems unwilling. However, it appears to us that there are other gods that delve in this area." He says kind of slowly, as if he's not quite sure how to phrase what he wants to say.
Would I know the name of the god of love?
The god of love is Nerul.
Are you talking about Nerul? Love isn't sort of a way to repair things. Or are you talking about something else?
Something else. Ponos is usually known for his domain of suffering. He's one of those darker gods people prefer not to deal with. But he is important. Suffering is an aspect of life for all of us, and while we may not wish it upon ourselves, sometimes we wish it upon our enemies. It has come to light that perhaps this disease is more appropriately a curse brought on you by Ponos. Is there anyone in your past you might have wronged to the point they might seek your demise?
Not that I know. Well, I
You have no
maybe
enemies?
angered some people back then, but not to that point, I would imagine.
Hmm. Well, are you sure there's no one there? Because if not, the other options are a little more grim.
I'm pretty sure. Let's go with the Greymoor options.
Well then. We have a companion, a wizard companion, who does some of our research for us. He says that with the proper experimentation, he may be able to cure many, many diseases, although he divines his inspiration from Vorasi herself. You can see how we might not want to advertise this, but I assure you, this is just for research. We do no dark deeds here.
Right. I understand. Contemplation is the highest virtue after all.
Excellent. Um, well, wait here and we will bring him about. I would ask you to come upstairs with me, but you, I'm sure, would have a much harder time on the staircase than us. So just wait here. We'll bring you some things. And he takes off and heads upstairs.
Oh yeah, by the way,
Hmm.
I memorized cantrip for the day.
Ooh, good call for the spells. Okay. He takes off. Is there anything you'd like to do while he's gone?
You said there was this altar with arcane runes.
Yes.
Uh, I guess I'll take a look at it. Maybe, like, brush my hand against it.
It is a stone altar. It is 3 feet across. Um, hmm, give me an intelligence check.
So my intelligence. Should we do under or add?
Add.
Okay. Natural 20.
Nice. Okay. You recognize a lot of these runes. Some of them are markings for summoning. They have to do with pulling power from the outer realms. And some of them have to do with protection, probably keeping whatever is brought in through the summoning confined to an area.
Hmm. Okay. Is there anything else of interest in this room?
There's a bookshelf and a desk and a few chairs. There's also
Okay.
what looks to be maybe a lab table. There's not a lot on it, but there's some candles that are lit and some just tools lying about. A set of pliers. Um, there's just like a knife in its scabbard. Some papers, some quills, some strange crystals, some weird smelling fluids in bottles that are stopped.
I'll take a look at the bookshelf. Are there like any names on the sides of the books?
Yeah, and they're not pleasant names. They're names like history of disease, the great suffering of elves. There was a time period where some disease ravaged your homeland a few thousand years ago. It was not fun for your people. Um, there were a couple of anatomy books. There are theories on medicine. There's some treaties on healing, it's just kind of a lot of medical things, lots of things that have to do with disease and bodies.
Um, yeah. I guess I'll flip through one of them about anatomy.
You see some areas that some of the pages that are dog-eared. Actually, you wouldn't dog-ear pages back then. Those books are valuable. There's a couple of bookmarks, little scraps of parchment stuck in some certain spots. And these spots have to do with removing organs and the success rate of being able to successfully remove someone's kidney or someone's appendix and then stitch them back up, and talks about the diseases that usually come with these, probably from infection and yada yada yada. There is one page where there's a marker that has a small blurb reading, it is theorized but untested that if you could remove a person's soul from their body, any diseases that are applied via cursing would not stay with the body. Therefore, if you remove a person's soul from a body, the body should no longer be diseased if the disease was caused by a curse. And then it goes into theories about how that might help a person. Like maybe if you can remove the soul, then you can clean the soul and then put it back in, or maybe if you just want the body, like maybe switch it from one body to another, or there's just ideas around there. None of
Are
it really.
there any ideas of what happens when you take out the soul and you leave the body as is?
That is not mentioned in this book at all. Curiously, because that seems like a very good question to ask, and they seem to be avoiding discussing that topic. Now that you think about it and you flip around a little bit, there are lots of things in this book, lots of very straightforward questions that you'd want to know that are not brought up.
I'll close the book and put it back where I took it.
Okay.
Can I estimate roughly how long this guy has been gone?
10 minutes.
How long did it take us to get to here from the entrance?
Not that long. Maybe like 5 minutes from the time you walked in.
There are strange smelling fluids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have I picked up on any notions of magical potions or?
There are definitely strange fluids in these things. They could be magical. If this guy has a wizard and these other things are... if this is his laboratory, it's quite possible that there are magical fluids here, but there's nothing that you can identify as clearly magic.
I'll take a couple of them.
You just pocket the potions?
Yeah, I feel like pocketing them.
Okay. They weigh a pound each, so how many do you take?
A pound each. Oh no, my worst enemy. Damn it. If they waste, I'm probably not gonna take them then. Because he's definitely going to notice me walking a little bit slower. So I guess I'll leave them as is for now.
Okay. A few more minutes pass, and down the stairs comes the same man that you brought in, that came in with you before, and this other person with him is clearly a wizard. He wears long black robes. There is a skull amulet dangling from his, or not a skull, a hand, the white hand amulet dangling from his neck, which you know to be the hand of Rossi. He walks in, gives you a polite bow, and goes and sits on the altar while the other two of you take the other two chairs. And he says to you, "Well, my good friend here, we would be very happy to try and remove this disease from you. The process might be difficult and maybe a little painful. Are you up for the challenge?"
First, I'd like to know what this process is.
Well, we would lay you
Not
here
with
on
someone I don't know.
we would lay you here on this stone table, he says, gesturing to the altar. And then I would use some powerful magic spells to try to rip the disease from your body and send it out into the astral plane.
Wait, you would send my disease into the astral plane?
Yes, the disease, I believe, is actually a form of curse attached to you. If I can separate the curse from you, it is possible to remove it. Maybe not destroy it, because curses like these are quite powerful, but change the target. Just something harmless, like the astral plane.
And how are you going to do that? Are you just picking the curse out, or
Well, no, to be able to differentiate between the disease, the curse, and yourself, we will need to relocate you temporarily to the astral plane itself.
are there any risks concerning my
Yes.
body?
Concerning your body, no. No, no, no. Your body will be safe here. There
Okay.
are extreme risks involved. This has never been done. I haven't actually ever come across a person with your condition before, but I've been quite interested in it.
Alright, I can agree to help in some research, especially since I understand that contemplation is the highest virtue.
Excellent, excellent. Well, let us start now then. Please, have a seat. Lay down.
Alright, so I lay down on the stone table.
Okay. He lights some candles, brings them over, surrounds you with them, starts sprinkling powders all over, brings out one of those really weird smelling potions, and pours it over your belly while chanting some strange words. Your mind starts to slip. This is the point where you can choose to go with the spell, or where you can choose to try and resist the spell and get a saving throw. But I figure you're going with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
with it.
Okay. You find your mind slips from your body, and time passes. Some amount of time passes, whether it was 5 minutes or a couple of centuries. You're not really sure. I mean, you're an elf. You live a long time. But there's definitely a passage of time in a weird sort of it doesn't really pass, but it passes sort of way. Kind of like when you're sleeping, and you wake up, you're like, oh God, I've been asleep for a really long time, and then you look at the clock, and like, oh, it's only been 5 minutes. Okay, it's one of those weird, you can't quite place it, time warps. And then you realize that you're actually awake, and you're just kind of in this empty space. There's nothing really above you or below you. It's just kind of dim gray everywhere.
Can I move?
Yeah.
Try to move my arms. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I'll look around me. I'll sniff the air. What does it smell?
No smell. You can't even feel the small hairs in your nose move when you inhale. It's like you're not even breathing.
I'll try to put my hand on my nose.
No, it's there. You're intact. You
Okay.
can feel yourself.
Okay. Um, do I hear anything?
Nope.
Not expecting.
Complete silence. Just
I'm
gray
assuming this is
everywhere.
the astral plane, so I'm not going to move in case I have to be in the same place for him to retrieve my soul.
Nice. So you're standing here, or not even standing, just kind of existing here, when you feel a strong pain in your stomach. It feels like someone dropped a ball of hot lead in your belly. And it feels like it's being ripped out through your stomach. The pain gets intense and searing, and then rips through you. And floating before you is this kind of black mist. It's maybe about the size of a bunny, and it's just this. It's not quite transparent, but it's slightly translucent and just kind of floating a foot in front of you.
All right. Um, I'll stomach the pain.
The pain disappears as the mist
Oh,
comes out of your body.
yeah. I'll wait to see what this mist does, but I'm gonna try not to move as much as possible.
It starts to float away from you and away and away. Um, hmm. And then it just kind of fizzles and disappears, and you find yourself falling asleep again. And there's another strange timelessness period, and you wake up. When you wake up, you are actually sitting up on the altar, and I need you to make me an intelligence check, please.
All right. Two. All right.
That's not quite that great. Um, okay, you awaken in this laboratory. You're sitting up.
Are the two roadmen still here?
Yes, the wizard is before you. His brow is covered in sweat. His robes have dark spots where he's been perspiring heavily. The monk of Dorbath is sitting calmly in his chair, fingers steepled together, examining, waiting.
So, how'd it go?
I think it worked. Tell me what you saw.
I was in this empty space, and then there was this huge pain in my belly, and this dark, small mist came out of my body and disappeared.
Just vanished into air?
Yeah, it fizzled.
Most interesting indeed. I wish I could have been there to see it. Well, can you stand? Can you walk? How do you feel? You feel more or less the same as you did before. You don't feel any weaker. You don't really feel any stronger. But you can move about and do whatever you want. You're pretty much normal.
Well, I'm feeling like I was before going there. Sure it worked?
No, but something clearly came out of you. I believe that was the curse laid upon you. It might be that the curse has been removed, but your health has been permanently damaged. Or maybe it's something else. And around this point, the cleric, not the cleric, the monk behind him, pitches forward in his chair, lands on his face, grabs his stomach, and starts writhing in pain on the ground.
Whoa, what's going on? Do you know?
He turns around, looks frantically at the other guy, who's just kicking and screaming and crawling in pain. And the wizard backs up towards you and goes, I don't know what this is. It's unrelated, I expect.
Wait, he's clutching his belly.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's not so unrelated.
The man stops writhing, gets to his feet, reaches next to him on the table, and picks up like a little flask and hurls it at the wizard. It shatters on him, and the scent of, well, I guess you're not that familiar. Make me an intelligence check. Oh my god.
30?
It's definitely some sort of acid in the vial. It burns its way through the wizard next to you, doing a lot more damage than I thought it would. What is this? Oh god. The wizard clutches his face as he drops to his knees in pain. The monk looks at you, and at this point we roll initiative.
Alright. I'm assuming +3 to grab one of the vials and toss it at the dude.
Yes.
Alright. 6.
Nice. You go first.
Alright, so I grab one of the vials, preferably of the same color as the one he tossed.
Mm-hmm.
The wizard.
Alright.
And I'm going to toss it at him.
You chuck it at him. Make me a roll to hit. Now, you're tossing a vial. You need it to... I guess the -3 to hit makes sense, because you might not toss it hard enough to break on him. Okay. You're making me a roll to hit at -3 for your low strength.
Alright. 9.
Total?
Yeah, total.
Oh. It hits him, fumbles to the floor, breaks at his feet, and burns the stones below him. He stands up to his full height, and in a voice that is clearly not his, he says, "You have freed me from my confinement. I would thank you with death." And he lunges at you, just to like grab you and tackle you. Oh my god, he rolled a 19.
Oh no.
He tackles you to the floor, doing D2 temporary damage, doing 2 temporary damage.
Okay.
As you tumble to the
regain
ground.
1 round, right?
Yes, but give me an opposed strength check to see if he can pin you to the floor. Oh, he fails, I think.
Well, better get an 18. 7.
No.
So 10.
Well, if he fails, it doesn't even matter. He doesn't have a good grip on you. And we roll initiative.
Okay. 13.
13. Okay. He goes first, and he begins to choke you. I don't know how choking works exactly, but he can get his hands
Isn't it
around
like
you.
a grapple?
Yeah, there's no...
I think grapple deals damage over time, right?
Yeah, I was hoping for something not quite just like locks and pins, but an actual like hands around your throat, choking you out. And the grappling,
we could
punching,
go
and
with-
wrestling.
The rules for like breathing underwater.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so make me a strength check, opposed strength checks to see if he can get a oh god, natural 20. You can't beat that. So he gets his hands wrapped around you and begins to choke you out. What is your con?
10.
Okay, so you can hold your breath for 3 minutes. So he can choke you for 3 minutes before you die. I know that's not quite exactly how it works. Choking cuts off blood to the brain rather than oxygen to the lungs. So it's a little different, but we're going to go with those rules for now.
Yeah.
It's your turn. What do you do? A crazed, demon-possessed monk is now choking you.
I guess I try to grab my spellbook and try to
whap him.
get him off me.
Okay. Make me a roll to hit. You
All
pick
right,
up this
obviously
heavy spell book. Oh god, it's so heavy.
-1.
Oh god. A -1. It doesn't. You can't even lift it. Your arms are weak. Initiative for next round. He continues his choke. You can try and resist and make an opposed strength check against him if you want to break the choke, but it's maybe not the best
I've
position
got a better
for you.
chance to hit him with the spellbook and succeeding.
9, he goes first, but I guess he just continues to choke you. This is your second round of no air. Go. It's your turn.
Alright, I try to pick up my spellbook.
Come on, natural 20! No.
2.
No. You barely graze him with it. And I think we go to the third round. We don't even need to bother rolling initiative because he's just choking you again. You've got your last round of life before you pass out. What do you do?
Well,
Last desperate spellbook a hit?
yeah, probably.
Wow.
Come on. Natural 20.
No.
And negative.
No. Your life slips away from you as you are choked to death by a demon-possessed monk. As opposed to a monk-possessed demon.
Monk possessed demon? How would that work?
I don't know. It'd be a strange thing. A monk would have to go possess a demon on another plane and then bring it here. Anyway, your life slips away as you choke to death in the darkness. Which is a fitting ending for a 3-strength wizard with a wasting disease. Oh,
Well, at least I can't regret memorizing cantrip, because even then I would not have been able to cast a spell.
yeah. I wasn't really sure where this was heading, but it. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it went into a strange direction.
It definitely did, but I think it did show a bit about who you are as a role player, that you were letting this dark cleric of Rossi try and save your life by playing with your soul and other such things. I think it shows. I think
Well,
it served its purposes, even if it went in a strange and somewhat grim
yeah.
direction.
I mean, it was the interesting path.
See, and
Couldn't just. Yeah.
that's the important choice. Is that it was the interesting
It
path,
doesn't
not the
matter
safe
that
path.
the ending does not matter. It's the path that you take that matters.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you very much. I think we are actually wrapping up on time here. Is there anything else you would like to say before we close this up?
Well, first off, thank you for having me, Neil.
My
It
pleasure.
was a fun session. Then, if there is anyone in chat that is maybe interested in an AD&D 2e campaign, I'm missing a player. Well,
Ooh.
not really, because the main problem is I've got 3 players and we're always missing one. Like it's never the same guy who's missing. So it's annoying because then there's only 2 players. So I would like to have a 4th one so that we can keep going with the campaign.
How should someone who wants to join in your campaign get in touch with you?
Well, you can just get in touch with me on Roll20. My account is YANG.
YANG?
I'll type it in chat.
Okay.
I will probably open the LFG anyways, so you'll be able to find the game.
Cool. Is there a game name that would make it easier to find the game?
Yes, it is Your Own World.
Your Own World with Yan space G period. So if you guys are interested in grabbing a Roll20 campaign, second edition, that's where you can find a game. We actually get a lot of people asking. I get a lot of people asking me where to find games. How do I get involved in these things? So hopefully one of those people and you can sort these things out.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I hope to see more of you. This was fun and good luck. And we'll see you guys a little bit later. Bye, everybody.
Yeah. Goodbye.